So I'm gonna first start with the Creamy Lip and Cheek Tint. These are launched in 5 shades and these retail for 225 rupees each. Now because I picked up all 5 shades, I'm sure I got these for around 175 180 rupees. So clearly you can get great discounts on already affordable pricing. This is the outer carton, looks really cute, but what really impressed me is the actual packaging. Look how cute this is. It looks very premium. I love the combination of the white and this rose gold with the clear packaging. Everything about the packaging screams very, if not high-end, at least like mid-range, but these are ultra affordable. Let's get started. I'm gonna give you swatches. This time around I'm gonna explain about the shades while you see the swatches instead of music. I learned my lesson the last time. So the first shade is 01 Rose Parade, which is a nice peachy coral shade. It's definitely more wearable than the shade 05, which is like a more deeper version of this, and this one I think should flatter fair to medium skin tones. However, I'm not sure if this would really show up on deeper dusky skin tones. The next one is 2 Pink Fields. Now this one I found that it was, well, relatively slightly more difficult to blend than the other shades. It could be because of the shade itself, but I did find that it was slightly time taking to blend, but once it's all well blended, it gives the most beautiful natural looking pink hue to the cheek, which I think should flatter across skin tones. The next shade is my favorite. It's Chela Bloom. I love me a nude blush, and the only complaint I have is the undertone of this blush is on the coral side as opposed to brown. I would have loved if the undertone was also a little more brown tone, because once you blend this out, it kind of gives that corally hue, but nevertheless I think it's a very beautiful nude blush, nude liquid blush in this price range, and it's definitely something that is going in my rotation for my everyday use. And this again I think would flatter light to medium skin tones. I don't think this would show up a lot on deeper skin tones. Then we have the shade 04 Cherry Blossom. Now I have to say, it looks very intimidating, right? But it's actually quite wearable if you do just 1 to maximum 2 tiny dots on your cheek as your blush. Blends out beautifully. It does not look, of course, this bright red on the cheek. Now last we have the shade 5, which is Floral Fiesta. Now this one I'm personally not into oranges, but again surprisingly, once I blended this out on my cheek, it looked very beautiful, very healthy, gave me a very nice healthy flush. In fact, it's the shade that I'm continuing to wear even now as I'm filming this portion of the video. But one good thing with this is I think this would look beautiful on deeper skin tones, especially. Of course would look nice on light to medium as well, but deeper skin tones, if you're looking for a nice affordable liquid orangey, coral orangey blush, check this out. Really beautiful. So on the cheek it settles into a nice demi matte finish. It's not as matte as, let's say, the Swiss Beauty Craze cheek tint that comes in the square packaging. It's not as matte as that, but at the same time, once it's set, like you can see. Do you see that? And it's very long lasting, which again I love. On the lips, however, I of course am not going to wear any of these on my lips. Now the finish on the lips is of course not super glossy, nor is it like super matte. I think it's somewhere in between, and I personally, since I love super glossy lip tints, I do not see myself wearing these on the lips. Okay, now let's talk about the Inside Hydrating Gloss infused with vitamin E. Now these retail for 249 rupees. Again, I'm sure I got these on discount, and they are currently available in 4 shades. Now again, the packaging, the doe foot applicator, even the fragrance. Okay, I don't love the fragrance, but it has that slightly synthetic vanilla fragrance, which I don't mind. It's not bad. I'm just saying it could have been a little bit more pleasant, but it still feels very premium. I mean, look at the doe foot applicator. It's quite nice and thick. It just picks up the right amount of product. Now of course, in the swatch video I have picked up almost 2 layer worth of product just to show you the maximum potential and the color payoff you can achieve with these lip glosses. But you can just do 1 layer, and with 1 layer you would get, of course, a sheer color on your lips. But in the swatches, I've tried to show you the maximum payoff you can achieve with these. Formula wise, I think these feel super luxurious on the lip. Now, like I said, I applied a little too much to show you the color payoff, and I was worried that it might gunk up on the inner portion of my lip, but that did not happen, which I'm so happy about. And the texture of this is on the viscous side. Like you can see, it's not super thin or runny, so you can just do one layer and it should be enough. Like, it feels super moisturizing and nourishing. It feels like a nice comforting hug on your lips. I really like these. And again, my favorite shade has to be 2, which is brown sugar. But let's do a quick swatch. So the first shade we have is Pearl Glaze. Now this one has fine shimmer in it, but I have to point out, be careful if you're doing 2 layers with this one, the shimmery one, because the second layer looked kind of funny and odd, almost too shimmery and sparkly. Maybe it's just my taste, but yeah, I just thought I would mention it. The second one is brown sugar. I love this, and this I think has to be hands down one of the most flattering cool tone brown lip gloss I've seen. I tried one from Zudio that was also cool tone brown, but of course it was patchy, it was very thin, and I would have to take my time to get an even application, and it was nowhere near as flattering as this one shade wise. And of course this also has a fine shimmer in it, but it's really not visible at all. All I think it does is it just gives that very high shine finish, which I love. Then we have the shade 03. Now again, I'm not into corals for lip gloss, but I think I can totally rock this with a nice deep lip liner. And this one in the center, it can give you a very nice pouty effect to the lips. Again, all of these have shimmer, keep in mind. And then the last shade available currently is 4 Pink Blossom. Now I think this would flatter fair to medium skin tones. Deeper skin tones, I think, would have to pair it with a lip liner, because I think this can look a little wishy-washy on deeper skin tones. But again, you can try it and see how this looks on you. Overall, I think these again are quite flattering. 2 of my favorite has to be 02 and then 4, because these are actually something that I see myself wearing a lot. Because the texture on these is more on the viscous side, these do last a little bit longer than your typical thin lip glosses. So these on me with like normal, just like water, coffee or light snacking does last for 2.5 hours, and then I really don't mind reapplying. Overall, I think Insight is doing a great job right now. Everything that I've tried recently from them has worked for me really well. You guys wanted me to try their lip launches as well, so I bought the Stay Matte lip color and smudge lip color. I will do a video on shorts for sure. I have the shade Barbados and Brave You. Let's see how these look like on the lips. I've not really tried it yet, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it feels like I'm only doing Insight video. Does it feel like it? I think it feels like that because that's the video I'm filming back to back. I'm not sure if you are watching it back to back, but anyways, I cannot help it. They're just doing really good launches at such affordable price range that I'm just inclined to make a video for these, you know. But yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, click on the bell notification right next to it. You can follow me on Instagram right over here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.